Welcome back to another NBA edition with the OG Pub Hub crew. We got all our guys back. We got Dutch down there, Ian, Wham Bam, and y'all don't know how much I enjoy doing this show with y'all. We talk a lot of shit. We give each other a lot of shit, but it's a great time, and it helps me make great decisions on my bets. So I had a nice run in NBA, and it's largely in part because I talked these games out with you fellas. So I just want to let you guys know I appreciate all three of you, and I'm gonna kick it to my guy Dutch first. How's everything been with you? You enjoying the NBA?
Man, I'm enjoying the NBA, but I'm enjoying it even more now that the motherfucking crew is back. God damn it! I know you've been doing quite well.
Likewise.
Yeah, man.
Quite well in the NBA. If you check this motherfucker's numbers, they're pretty impressive. All right, I'm not gonna quote them, but they're fucking impressive. I need this motherfucking show. So I need to get back into black. The NBA it's been a rocky motherfucking road. We're gonna keep it real for the start. But yeah, man, locked in, got a big card today, and I'm glad we made it happen. Shout out to Skee and Bobano and Wham Bam for making it happen. Tuesdays and Thursdays we're gonna go in. So I'm happy, and I believe this is gonna help not only everyone on the panel but everyone in the chat as well. To profit a little bit easier in the NBA.
And we got a lot of great minds in the chat too. I see a lot of familiar names out there. Shout out Justin. He's giving the stacks pick of the day. He likes Providence today. Shout out to you. Appreciate that information. Rick White. A lot of good guys in the chat that we always see all the time. And we all helping each other. So the one thing I want to say, even if you start slow, last year was my worst start ever. And I still finished profitable. It's a long season. Nobody be discouraged if you start slow. But Bano, how's everything been for you?
It's been a great start. Although the last few days we've kind of gone back in the other direction. We've cooled off a little bit, but still it's been an overall terrific first month of the season. Really going after player props more. Sides and totals have been off to a good start. We've really done the typical things I do in the NBA, which is basically riding teams that are undervalued, teams that are just flying over the total every night, it seems. And there's a bunch of them. Indiana comes to mind. We've been riding those, and it's been obviously profitable doing that. So just looking to keep it going. More than anything, it's just great to be back with you guys. I mean, Dutch, Wham, Skee. It feels like we've been doing these shows for at least, I would say, 3 or 4 years now. And it's good it's a long overdue that we got it back together. I'm already pissed that we weren't doing shows for the first month, but we're finally here now. We're together again, 2 days a week. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And better late than never.
Yep.
Wham Bam, great to have you as well. How's everything been with you?
Yes, sir, Skee. I'm like my guys, man. I'm happy to be back, bro. Like you said, man, this is not only beneficial to the chat, we benefit from you guys. I'm benefiting from my friends here. I'm just happy to be back, just to congregate and fellowship with y'all. And so far, I'm like Dutch, man. I've been having a rocky start to the NBA. Been some highs and some lows. Been able to been able to not lose as much money. So I'm very happy for that. And I'm happy that we starting this because I know it's going to be some good times to roll out on. So happy to have the in-season tournament be the first day too, because we got to have it spicy. So it's going to be good. Shout out to the chat, man. I see everybody in here. Let's have fun, bro.
100%. And I like spicy. So let's get to it, man. We got 10 games, I think, on the slate for today. More than we'll probably usually have on a Tuesday. Let's take advantage. We start off with 561, 562. Miami Heat heading into Charlotte to take on the Hornets. This game opened up Heat -4.5. They're a 5-point favorite right now. The total, though, it opened 227. It's crashed down as low as 222.5. As far as the injury report, and I thought today would be tricky with that injury report, so I know it's going to be a lot of moves. Let me hit the refresh button. Richardson, game time decision. Hero and Martin are out for the Heat. For the Hornets, Bouknight, Bridges, Martin, Ntilikina, and Rozier all out. Brandon Miller and Gordon Hayward, both game time decision. This game, out of all the games, it's hard for me to get involved. The only thing I can go with is I really don't trust the Heat on the road. I just only could think to take the points with the Hornets. They've been the better offense and rebounding team. I'm going to go to Wham Bam first this time. Could you back the Hornets in this spot?
I thought Brandon Miller and Gordon Hayward were probable earlier, so them getting game time decision was annoying there. I think that was there, but I knew Tyler Hero was going to be out. Josh Richardson, I see him probable. I don't know, but in this game, Okay, so this is the in-season tournament, so I'm going to go in reference to what's going on currently in the standings, right? Like, I guess I got to go do that. So far in this group B, this is what this is. Both of these teams have already won against the same opponent in the Washington Wizards. You know, not really saying too much there. Both of them had a 7-point differential, both beating by 7 points. Kind of weird that happened, how that happened as well. I just don't see I don't see that any team in there that's going to make anything different here. My mindset was just taking the team that I think that maybe just catching people off guard, and it may be the Hornets, bro. I think Brandon Miller. I want Brandon Miller in there though. I think Brandon Miller is going to help this team out, stretch the floor out. I do want him in there. I like the rookie. I definitely like what I've seen from LaMelo so far this game. I think he could have a double-double in this game. That's how I was thinking. I didn't want to jump in this game, just particular. Betting against Miami is kind of stupid. And who knows if they want to take this serious, because like I said, both of these teams are leading in this group. These next few games is going to be like it's only 4 games in the group, so these games really mean something. If you're really going to take this serious or not. So I think the Miami has that whole makeup of taking this shit type shit serious, along with the Hornets. I mean, what else do they have to play for? They got guys that's suspended. They got guys that's not here. They already won 1 game, especially if they win this game. They really would take this serious. I think they're definitely one of those teams that I could see, especially LaMelo. He's that type of player in this tournament I think of that could just, be an MVP type of guy. So I'm scared to go up against Miami, but I really want to take the Hornets, and that's how I'm feeling here. I will want to talk to you guys about this one before I jump into it. As far as any props, I wanted to jump on Brandon Miller, but the fact that he got questionable, I thought he was going to be probable. So I was going to be a little bit more confident in backing him on the threes here, but I'm going to stay away from the prop there. But I like the Hornets, to be honest with you.
Yeah, both teams are bottom 10 defending the 3, so I can't talk you off. And if you're nervous about taking the Hornets, and because you want Brandon Miller in, maybe that is the way to go. You just bet the prop. If he doesn't play, you get your money back. So I can't argue against that. I'm going to slide down to Babano. Would you agree the Hornets are the right side here at home?
I really wanted to take Charlotte. I haven't backed Charlotte much this year. I've usually been on the overs against them more often than not, but I certainly like the spot, the way it sets up. If you look at the Miami Heat, they have won 3 straight here coming into this game, but it's not exactly been overly impressive opponents. A Memphis team that's been a disaster this year. Atlanta's inconsistent. San Antonio is rebuilding. Every once in a while, they'll pull an upset, but they're still a team that's kind of rebuilding. They won those games. They didn't win them by margin. They 6-8 point win and a 5-point win. So, laying a number like this with the Heat, I'm not comfortable with. But Charlotte, who's going to be in? Brandon Miller, the outstanding rookie, questionable. Gordon Hayward, downgraded to questionable. You've got already Terry Rozier, who is a big component of this team offensively, that's out for the Charlotte Hornets. So it's pump the brakes for now until I know who's in. If I can get Hayward and or Miller or both of those guys in there, I'm very much interested in Charlotte plus the points. But for right now, I'm going to wait up till I get that lineup confirmation. And as far as props go, there are a couple that stand out. I'm going to take the old man here, Kyle Lowry, over points. One thing I noticed now that he's going to get more opportunity. If you look at Miami, there's going to be no hero tonight in this game for them. Caleb Martin's also out. Jimmy Butler, we don't trust him always on the road to have this big game offensively. So someone's got to, pick up the slack a little bit. And I think Kyle Lowry could. His point total is only 9.5. I could be going over that number here tonight in this game for the Heat. That's definitely something of interest to me as far as props go. Outside of that, I think there was another one that I was interested in here as well. Mark Williams, actually, he's someone that at lower point total prop numbers, I've been able to cash in as well with him. And I think that's definitely something you could look at. Bam Adebayo over rebounds. We talk about how Charlotte's been struggling a little bit from the floor, especially from long distance. Who's going to scoop up those loose balls that clank off the rim? Oh yeah, Bam Adebayo will do that. So, the over 10.5 rebounds prop makes sense. He's had 11 or more rebounds now, 4 straight games coming into tonight for the Miami Heat. So Adebayo over rebounds, Mark Williams over points, Kyle Lowry over points. It's probably going to be a prop game for me. Maybe I get there with Charlotte, but I want Hayward and Miller in.
I'm in agreement. I definitely want those guys in. As far as your Kyle Lowry look, I did look at him. I know he had 17 in back-to-back games. That game, Hero got hurt in the game after, and Charlotte, their defense hasn't been great. Their defense is actually the worst in the league as far as defensive rating, and they've been allowing a lot of that damage to happen from guards. So can't really argue against that Kyle Lowry look. I think that's solid. Dutch, would you be in
Yeah.
agreement that the Hornets would be the side? You waiting to see
Hell
who's
the
in,
fuck no,
or is
I'm
this a
not in
fact look?
agreement with you motherfuckers. Man, I heard nothing but bull ass shit the whole goddamn time. Nobody's going to the fucking window with them bummy ass Hornets. That's what I heard too.
Not
Oh,
yet.
I really wanted
Not
to
yet.
get them. Oh, really wanted to do this. Hey man, get the fuck out of here, man. Hey, there's levels to this shit. God damn it, there is levels to this shit. And the Miami Heat right now, they're on another level than the Charlotte Hornets. Let's just keep it real. They haven't won 3 straight. They won 3 straight on the road, but no, they've actually won 5 straight basketball games and been doing it pretty well. You touched on Bam Bam Bigelow. I mean, he's been playing elite level. Like he's averaging big time numbers. Check the stats. He's loading it up. He's loading it up. Anything with Bam's name on it, I'm not mad at. Duncan Robinson fucked around and come back and found his old self having games. This cat they got from UCLA, the Triple J, Jamie Javier, I want to kill his name too bad. He's playing basketball. He does a little bit of everything. A good pick from Spoelstra, a nice little addition. I believe helping them out, underrated, definitely. I like what I see out of that kid. Knows the game of basketball. I got this number last night at 3, paid a little bit of juice for it. I'll still endorse the 5. It's out there right now. Miami's been playing really good basketball since Tyler Hero went down. Started like looking real funky, real shitty to start the season. But as I mentioned, have won 5 straight, 3 on the road. Got a little bit of rest coming in here to Charlotte, where they've actually lost 2 straight in Charlotte. Prior to that, they beat them fucking 7 straight motherfucking times. I think they get back and don't overlook Charlotte tonight. Also, Charlotte has lost. They started off the season with a cool win against Atlanta game 1. Since then, at the crib, they've lost to the Wizards, Brooklyn, and the Detroit Pistons, all by double fucking digits. So that's why you motherfuckers aren't betting the Charlotte Hornets tonight, because they're bummy and they're bummy as fuck at the crib, and who knows who's going to be wearing a Hornets jersey tonight. Miami Heat, hey man, they're good money, bro. It's good money. -5, go to the window. Miami Heat, they're going to win this basketball game, man. And I don't know, the tournament thing could have, I'm not looking too much into it, to be quite honest with you. Wham Bam said they're 1-1 or each 1-0. I'm not going to let it affect my capping too much, to be quite honest with you. As I mentioned, I got it at 3 last night with some injuries coming in now. It's up to 5. I believe it's the right motherfucking side. Let's go.
Hey, that sounded real confident. I can't lie. I like the way he sounded on that play right there for sure.
Hey, I like that too. I like that too.
Yeah, he he made me have to think about that a little bit.
Yeah, you ain't betting the Hornets, motherfucker.
There's a question in the chat that I want to, just go around if anybody has an opinion. It's from Dan Kelly. What effect is the in-season tourney going to have on Kevin tonight's games? And he also says the 4 teams that make it into the knockout round and lose get $50,000 a player. Win first round and lose equals $100K a player. Loser in the championship game, $250K a player. Winner, $500K. And all that makes me think is, these guys make a lot of money. I know this tournament is kind of similar to WNBA, but WNBA, I feel like they care a little bit more. I'm gonna just say like that. And the teams that will probably care here are the young teams.
Right, the younger teams, like I guess Charlotte.
Yeah.
Like Charlotte.
The Golden State's not sweating this in-season tournament. You think Clay and Steph give a fuck about an extra $500,000? Yeah, they're thinking about June.
That's the only thing I think you got to it is they're the younger team. But I mean, all these motherfuckers make money, man. All these motherfuckers make money. I will say there's more cats. Probably the Charlotte Hornets. That $500K sound a little bit better too than maybe But Miami got a lot of they got some dudes too out there that. But yeah, man, I do.
A lot of
that side,
right? Yeah.
But as I said, I can't take too much into this tournament thing. It's the first time we've ever seen it, so we will see. Great question from Dan, and we actually asked that question backstage prior to the show.
Yeah, great question. Absolutely.
Yep.
All right, let's keep moving. We got 9 more games on the slate. Next one up is going to be 563, 564. Looking at the Indiana Pacers heading into Philly to take on the Sixers. This game opened 6.5 favorite for Philly. Now down as low as 4.5. Total open 242.5, and we're looking at 240.5. Injury report: Sixers will be without Kelly Oubre. They'll be without Nicholas Batum. Joel Embiid, questionable. For the Pacers, looks like Daniel Tice is going to be out. And this one makes sense to me because my thought process earlier this morning is I don't feel like the Sixers care that much about this game. They play Boston tomorrow. I feel like that's the team they want to show up against. They already beat on this Indiana team the other day anyway, too. So Joel Embiid being questionable, I would not be surprised at all to see him sit and just be ready for tomorrow, be fresh for tomorrow. And with that said, really, whether he's in or out, I still feel like they don't care. Pacers have been the best offense in the league, and they're going to care about this game. They can get some quick revenge. So I like the Pacers plus the 5. Coming back to you first here, Dutch. Can you agree with this one? Is this a game that you like?
I want to excuse me. I want to go to the window with the Sixers team total over 122.5. 120. The Pacers allow 123 points a game. The Sixers they've been playing real good basketball. Probably the best team in the league. So if I don't believe they're the best team in the league by any means, but after 8 games, they're definitely playing the best basketball. Shout out to Max. He's playing out of his fucking mind. I wouldn't mind anything with his name on it. But, how much do they care about this basketball game? Obviously, with the Celtics on deck. But they went over this number in 4 straight against these motherfucking Pacers. Just did drop 136 on them. 6 out of the last 7, they went over this number, 122, against the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers, as I said, allow 123 points a game. I think, they could be the right side here, but I'm not confident in their defense. So if the Sixers do show up today, I definitely see them dropping 125 plus. So heavy lean towards the team total over for the Sixers.
I think, that should be a solid look. I think the over for the full game is a solid look. We know how the Pacers are going to play. It's all a tempo and not a whole lot of defense. And the Sixers, I feel like I'm comfortable with them scoring whether Embiid is in or out. If he's out, I think that just makes the defense, a little bit less. Yeah. So I think it's an over type game. Wouldn't be mad at Maxi props. Wouldn't be mad at Hallie props. Bobano, you looking any of those ways?
It's back to the well with the over again. I cashed a ticket with the over in the last Philadelphia game. Flew over the total with ease. I think that's now for Indiana a run of 6 straight games for them that have gone over the total. 7 actually. After that 137-126 loss to Philadelphia. There's just absolutely zero defense on this basketball team. All they care about is getting their shots up and looking to outscore the opponent. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I've been on all these Indiana games over the total. I think it's about 5 or 6 in a row of the 7 that I've been on. So we're not slowing down. And even if Embiid doesn't play, I would still be interested. 240.5. And these teams, what did they put up? 263 in the last meeting. So I do like over the total in this game. Prop wise, I was interested in Embiid again if he plays, but there's a potential he may not. But there's no interior defense. Okay, there's no rim protection. There's very little paint presence on this Pacers team. They can get absolutely carved up inside. So whoever's going to man that 5 spot, in the center spot here tonight for the Sixers, if Embiid doesn't go, I'd say you bet his points over because they just don't stop anybody around the rim. So Sixers should have their way in the interior here against this soft Pacers paint. There's no paint defense on this team. It hasn't been that way all year. On the flip side, I like Tyrese Halliburton over assists for the Indiana Pacers. That is definitely a look that interests me. Facilitate here for this Pacers offense. No question about that. So that's a good prop. I've been riding Tyrese Maxey over points quite a bit this year. And I'd be interested a little bit, but the one thing that concerns me is I don't always love betting someone off of like a magnificent game like that, where they go off, they have 50 points. A lot of times they kind of hit the wall the very next game. So I've been riding Maxey over points, but this might be a night where I say, you know what, let's pump the brakes. Maybe he has that off night after just an incredible night the other night, and then come back to Maxey the next game. That being said, this is also Indiana's non-existent defense, so maybe he does go off again. So I lean Maxey points. I don't know if I'll pull the trigger. Definitely like the over, though, in this game.
All right, Babano back to the well with the over. And I did see in the chat, Manny said the last 3 meetings have averaged 271. And he says the last 10 meetings average over 247. So 2 teams that know how to score against each other. I would agree it's the overpass for me. Bam. I'm looking a little bit more towards the Pacers side. Dutchie's looking a little bit more towards the Sixers side. Babano likes the over. But put Dutch and Babano together. They like the over in Sixers.
Hey,
What
it's
do you
gonna
look
be
like in this one?
yeah. We're gonna split this shit up, man. Because I'm liking the Pacers. I'm on the Pacers. I took them +5. I just believe that this is I think that this is one of those games where you can see who cares about the in season tournament and who doesn't. You know what I'm saying? And I think the Pacers probably care a little bit more today than the Sixers. I think Maxey, he needed every fucking 16 points that he had in the fourth quarter, bro. For them to be able to win that game. He played the whole fourth quarter. Why the fuck was Platoon in? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's gonna be something they're gonna be wearing in today. You know what I'm saying? Because he's gonna have to play. And if like Skee was saying, if Embiid is out, it really indicates that they don't really care about this game. So I think that the Sixers, they actually match up pretty good with this team. We seen what happened last game. Like I said, Maxey had a great game. You dropped 50, career high. We know what happens in the next game. I don't expect him to probably even get to 35. So that being said, you know what I'm saying? If he gets to 35, solid, bro. Solid. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's crazy, honestly. That's crazy. But I don't think he's going to get that much production. And that's the type of production he's going to need to keep up with this team. This total will go over. I agree with the total being over. I want to beat a dead horse there with that, but I for sure like the Pacers here. I like the Pacers all the way in this game. One of my favorite plays here, and I'm right there with you, Babeno, with the Hallie assist over 11.5. It's only right, bro. We got to keep going with that, man.
Good stuff.
No
there.
Embiid, and I might look at Tobias Harris over points tonight as well for Philadelphia, especially if Embiid doesn't go.
I saw another mention of the Harris over. Dan Kelly says no Embiid means Turner over his rebounds for him. UCapper, he's leaning towards the Pacers. Seems like a flat spot for the Sixers, and that's how I feel as well. So we all like a little bit.
It is
of
a
something.
Pacer spot for sure. Yeah, I agree with that.
I just
don't
can't
love their
stand in
defense,
front of
but
Philly at the crib.
I just like the over because I don't trust their defense, but I wouldn't be laying it with
Philly
Philadelphia.
at the crib, though, man. That's good money at the crib usually. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and there was a comment saying, they want to hear this. S. Warrior. Sixers are trying to send a message to Harden. He was a cancer. And they've been sending that message because they've been looking damn good.
Clippers have been sending that message too.
I know. Ain't no one need to be, everybody got that message a long fucking time ago. Yeah.
We've only been saying it for 2 fucking years together. The four of us.
Hey, I've been on James Harden before y'all motherfuckers when y'all was still defending his ass.
Yeah.
That dude. Hey, man. I'll let you know where I'm going tonight. Motherfucking mile high, baby. Mile motherfucking high.
All right, let's keep going. We got, I think, 8 more games. And
God damn.
Yeah, we moving at a slow pace.
You guys are backwards in this bitch. This next
They're
one,
coming.
I'm not even giving. I'm
haven't
giving
backwards
shit
yet.
on
They're
this
coming.
next 4 o'clock game. I know that.
All right, next game is 565, 566, Atlanta and Detroit. This game opened up Atlanta -6.5. They're down to 4.5. Total open 233.5, and it's down as low as 225. Big move towards the under, and it makes sense because Trae Young is out, and on the Detroit side, they're still without Duran, Bogdanovich, Joe Harris, Isaiah Livers, Monty Morris. So all I'm gonna say about this one, before I pass it over here to Wham Bam, is they play the Knicks tomorrow. Hawks do. And before Trae Young was even ruled out, I just thought that was a possibility. And I think they care more about beating the Knicks. Like that's more of a rival for the Hawks than this Pistons team. So I lean towards the Pistons just because of that, but not a game I'm getting involved in. Wham Bam, how you feel?
Yeah, I am. I have action in this game. I'm on Isaiah Stewart. No Durant in this game. I expect Stewart to be a focal point. He's actually been one of the consistent 3-point makers on this Detroit Pistons team. So him going over 1.5 threes is locked in for me at -1, -110. I think you get -120 right now for Isaiah Stewart to go over 1.5 threes. And I also think that since he's going to be one of the bigger guys, obviously the rookie Azure Thompson is going to be, a guy they want to key in on rebounds because he's just like one of the. I think he's second in offensive rebounds out of anybody in the NBA so far, and the top 7 guys Durant. So without Durant, he's going to be the next guy that he's going to be fighting for those offensive rebounds for sure. Is the kid Azur Thompson, but I think that Isaiah Stewart is going to be right there with him. So I'm going with him to have a double-double at plus 230, and I'm going with him to have over 1.5 threes with Isaiah Stewart at minus 110, minus 115, minus 120 you're getting right now.
All right, looking at B Stu over there. I'm gonna go slide back to my guy. I think, I know Destiny a little sip or something.
DK got me cracking up with that shit. DK got me cracking up, bro.
Babano, is this a backwood, or can you get involved with the Hawks and the Pistons?
I can get involved. I've been taking Detroit at some of these big numbers lately. Milwaukee game. There was a game after that I took Detroit, and I took them against Chicago. That was a tough one. I mean, they were in that game the whole way, and they end up losing by 9, by 11, I should say, 119-108. So it's going to look bad for Detroit, right? They're 0-8 straight up in their last 8 games. But they have covered a couple here in recent games against good teams too, Philly and Milwaukee. 2 of the better teams in the Eastern Conference, and they covered both of those games in defeat. Now you've got an Atlanta team that, as Skee mentioned tonight, going into this game, the injury situations, Trae Young out, is going to put a lot more onus offensively on DeJounte Murray, Bogdanovich, DeAndre Hunter in this game, Clint Capella as well. That being said, there's a couple rebound props I like. Someone mentioned Osar Thompson over 10.5 rebounds. I think Thompson's got 13, 15, and 16 rebounds in the last 3 games for the Pistons. So he's been cleaning up on the glass. Capella over rebounds makes sense to me here in this game as well. I like Cade Cunningham over 23.5 points. We know this Hawks defense comes and goes, especially on the road. So I think Cade Cunningham is going to be able to keep his offensive flow going. And at home, at the house, he's really shot the ball well, averaging almost 25 points per game. His point prop is at 23.5. So I think over 23.5 with Cade makes a lot of sense here in this game. Yeah, I'm going to grab a small look on the Pistons here. Now, the numbers moved. I think I got it at 5. I don't know if there's any 5s anymore. I think it's dropped to 4.5 pretty much everywhere now. But I think the Pistons are very live in this spot, and I'll take them as a home dog against untrustworthy for Atlanta. Atlanta for years has been untrustworthy for me laying points on the road, and I feel that they are going to be in for a battle tonight.
I would agree. Dutch, I feel like this one you're not going to want to get involved with. You can prove me wrong or what?
Yeah, man. Real quick, shout out to our guys, some real ones in the chat. Bets, Star Child, good to see that.
That's the tell. Dutch goes to the shout-outs. He's got shit on this game.
Hey, real talk, though, I was ready to back with this motherfucker, and I still am. I'm not going to lie to you, because all y'all shit sound good. And, when we break it down like that, you like, this is what we do, and you go to the window if it sounds, but then I'm like, okay, all 3 of y'all made me feel like Detroit's the right side. And then I go, hey, wait, these motherfuckers lost 8 basketball games straight. Okay, no, I can't do it. This might be the time, and it sounds right. It sounds straight, especially with the fact that Atlanta got Knickerbockers on deck. I'm not going to the window with a team that has lost 8 fucking straight basketball games, man. Back with this
motherfucker. He said back with this one. I ain't mad at you because I ain't getting involved either. And Babano,
it does sound like the Pistons are the right side. I'm not going to lie to you.
College basketball show. They're looking for one.
Yeah, right now there isn't not one that involves me anyway. There's a few of them out there right now. You know what it is too? I'm doing a lot more stuff with the hockey show, and I'm doing now this 2 days a week. And I handicap college basketball, but you can't do a show about every sport at this time of the year. It's tricky. I think when football winds down, because I'm still doing stuff with that as far as videos, then we'll get into some college basketball content and videos of some kind. I might even start on my own channel. We'll see. But right now, it's just too much on my plate. When you're handicapping NBA, college basketball, NFL, college football, and NHL at the same time, it's tough. So nothing as of right now, unfortunately.
And
shout out to you, bro, for even doing it, though.
Yeah.
When conference tourney time comes or March Madness, you'll see Skee talking a little college basketball, but I'm going to chill until then. Next game up, and this one is interesting, 567, 568. The San Antonio Wembanyamas versus OKC Thunder. We have the Thunder opening as an 8-point favorite. They're now 10.5-point favorites. Total open 239.5, and we're looking 238.5 as a consensus. injury report for these teams. For OKC, I don't see anybody on there. But for the Spurs, Keldon Johnson, Trey Jones, Sohan, Sohan is game time, but the other two are out. This is Chet versus Wembanyama, and I just feel like Chet, he averages more than the points prop that they're asking him to get for today. And I just feel like he rises to the occasion and gets there. I didn't play it yet, but I was looking towards Chet, 15 and a half points or double-double. And if I was going to play the total, I would be looking at the over just because, OKC plays up-tempo, Spurs play up-tempo, and Spurs don't play any defense. So all those things to me mean over and looking at Chet overs. I'm going to go to Dutch first in this one. Spurs, OKC. How you feeling?
Yeah, man. Shout out to DK, Mr. Dan Kelly with the dono. Appreciate the kind words. And only Dan Kelly's way, appreciate it. Yeah, this game's interesting to me. I'm not gonna lie to you though. Like,
appreciate you, Dan.
Yes, sir.
My bad.
No, you good. Fucking the Thunder pissed me off, man, the other night against Sacramento. Against motherfucking the Kings. And then look, the Kings took my money last night. Man, fuck the Kings right now. God damn it. Hey, yo, shout out to JP. You didn't know. It's a motherfucking intro. God damn it. Shout out to our guy JP. Good to see you, my dude. But yeah, man, this is a big ass number. So obviously with the no Vassal for San Antonio and the question marks already, there's no way I'd go to the window with San Antonio there. I just couldn't do it. I guess it's a prop game somewhere. I'd look for OKC to handle business, but it looks like it's double digits now spread at the crib. Yeah, I think it's OKC or nothing here, but no bet for me, man. But I do want to watch this game. I think it's intriguing. This ain't a backwood from a actual. Well, I will have this game on throughout the night. Just to see. Obviously, the young cat Wemby and Chet Holmgren, and I do like watching Shea. Shea's damn good, man. So shout out to the guy from the north, right, Bobano? That's your guy, right?
He's my guy. I love that kid, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, man. Hamilton, right there. Hamilton proud. We're Hamilton proud for sure. Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is this kid. It's a great segue because I like his over points tonight. I think I've bet it like 10 times already. For this guy. He's been absolutely outstanding. I think Holmgren to go over his point prop. This guy now healthy. His whole rookie season went to shit because of that injury. Couldn't even get on the court. And we're seeing out of Gonzaga, this kid now finally get the opportunities, finally healthy again, making an impact at the NBA level for OKC. So I like Holmgren's over points in this game. I mean, I certainly don't want San Antonio, but there's just certain teams, as much as I've won with OKC a lot. I had the guts to take them against Phoenix just recently, and I took OKC plus the points against Phoenix when they beat the Suns. And I like this team in certain roles. I like them in competitively lined games. I like them in underdogs catching points. I'll even lay 3 and 4 with them, but 10 and a half, that's getting up there now. And I don't feel quite as comfortable. I think they win the game, but I just don't feel totally comfortable laying this many points. So for me, it's mostly going to be Holmgren over points, SGA over 31 and a half points for me as well in this game. And other than that, maybe a lean to the over as well, but nothing strong with side or total.
Hey, shout out JP. He said, yo, someone pitching 5 more, we can get a dub sack. Much love, JPZ, for the dono. We appreciate you, brother.
Shout out to my dog.
SGA over, Hamilton.
He's on pace, by the way, Shea, to be the best NBA player we'll ever see out of my town here in Hamilton. That's for sure.
He's nice, man.
I don't know if you'll see another NBA player from Hamilton, let alone another great one.
Where's Murray from?
Murray's from Scarborough, like Toronto, or no, Kitchener, Ontario, which is west of Toronto, about an hour. Yeah.
Damn.
Okay.
Too good. Real good motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wham Bam, you liking them prop? I know you're a prop guy. We going with Chet overs or what we doing in this one? Chet double?
Devin Vassell, my boy Keldon Johnson out. No Kevin Johnson. You may even get Shohan out. You get Shohan out, this might be even
Sohan's a game time decision right now.
Game time decision right now. But I like Devin Vassell. I've been having his threes. He's been going over his 2.5 threes, pretty solid. We got it at plus money last time. Now it's at minus 150. So I think we're gonna just transition to him getting to the line and getting to 20 points. Last game, he didn't get to 20 points, but again, it was with Keldon in. He got 14, but he shot 9 of his attempts from beyond the arc. I think he gets those beyond the arc attempts and gets to the line, gets us to 20 points. Plus 110 is what you're getting for Devin Vassell plus to get 20 points, and that's what we locking in today.
All right, good stuff. So a few props you can look at in this game. Might maybe looking at an over. We'll move on over to the next one. We do have quite a few games left. We made good time with that game though. Next game up, 569, 570, Orlando and Brooklyn. This one opened up Nets -2. They're 2.5 or 3-point favorite. Total open 219. A little bit of love for the under. It's down 2 points to 217. Injury report for Orlando, they'll be without Wendell Carter Jr., Markel Fultz, Gary Harris. For Brooklyn, they'll be without Ben Simmons, Cam Thomas. How I feel about this game? For one, Orlando does have a game tomorrow against the Bulls, and that always makes me, wary of trying to back the teams for the full game. I would be looking at Orlando first half. I had the numbers and the margins earlier, but they've been a really good first half team. I think they're 8-1 straight up and against the spread. And I just want to get in and get out before they potentially, save some of that energy for their game the next day. They're the better defensive team in this game. They're the better rebounding team in this game. I think that they can keep it within 1.5 for the first half. That's what I'm liking here. Bobano, can you agree?
Yeah, I have no argument there. It's a tough game from a side perspective. These are like picking between your two kids, all right? Which kid do you like more? Which kid do you love more when it comes to this Orlando and Brooklyn game? Because both of these teams have been great to me. I mean, Orlando's been a cash producer for me all year. I've loved what I've seen from the Magic, this young group that's getting better. They're both building a nice core when you think of Banchero and Suggs. And wait till they get Wendell Carter and Markel Fultz back. I mean, I like what I see, and I think they're better coached right now as well, Orlando. But at the same time, Brooklyn's all they've been is one of the best point spread teams, in the NBA. These two teams are a combined 15-3 against the spread this year. So they have been absolutely money makers and profit producers on a consistent basis, as in almost just about game in and game out. So I have a really hard time picking between these two teams right now. But you're right. As far as a spot goes, when you look at it, certainly the game tomorrow night is a little concerning for them. But this game is going to be a pass for me. Other than I like Paolo Banchero over assists. Really good look, I think, on the Orlando side of the equation tonight for the Orlando Magic. He's been facilitating very nicely for his teammates, and he's eclipsed that 4.5 assist number routinely as of late. So Paolo Banchero for the Magic over 4.5 assists. I do worry about this Brooklyn offense a little bit too without Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas was just so good for them early in the season. So we'll see. That's going to put more stress, more onus on Dinwiddie and Bridges, Cam Johnson, among others. So keep that in mind. But really good game. I love these two teams. I ain't picking between them, so it's a pass for me.
All right. You're leaning towards a little bit of a Banchero prop there. I like this comment here.
Yeah.
500,000 is on the line, and this Banchero prop. 500,000 is on the line. I don't know about you, but I'm going hard. That's a quote that I would like to get behind there. So Magic first half is appealing. And Star Child, shout out to you, bro. He said he got 5 more on that. And Troy Torrance, he said, shit, we're gonna have an 8 by the end of the show. I appreciate y'all, man.
That's funny.
Yeah, Smokey.
I'm gonna pass it to Dutchy. I feel like you want to get in on this.
Fuck no, man. It's a backwood. I'm waiting on that 8th of that exotic. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting on that 8th of the exotic that we're working out. Shout out to Troy. You know what I mean? Backwood, this motherfucker. Y'all I don't even know if Wans talked about it or not, but we talked enough about this motherfucker.
I haven't said that, but I'm right here with Skee. I like the Orlando Magic first half. I took a money line, man. 8-1 in the first half. ATS 8-1 on money line. I'm just going to go strictly with that. I do like the quote there from Banchero, and I like that Jalen Suggs has been pretty much stepping up, getting his NBA legs under him, having back-to-back 20-point playing games. I was trying to figure out who is it going to be in this game. Is it going to be him, or is it going to be Cole?
At least in every game without Fultz. So without Fultz, he's been definitely more of dishing those dimes and getting his teammates involved.
Hey, Dan Kelly, it seems like he got this tournament figured out. We need to be asking him about the tournament. He has like, everything for all the groups. Hey, shout out to you, Dan Kelly.
For real.
You my
I hope we got the
guy.
Lakers too, man. Shout out to him. I hope we got the Lakers to win Group A.
All right, let's can't get
The
to all the
Orlando
comments
does
here, but
fit
I
the
do
team
see.
that's young and hungry though for money, but I think Brooklyn kind of does in the same way. So Mikal Bridges should get off tonight though.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet against him on most nights. I'm a fan of that guy. I think he's a really good player. Shout out to you, Ben. Everybody's enjoying the crew being back together. We appreciate you guys tuning in, and we're enjoying being back together too. We're enjoying the chat. We're already having a lot of laughs. F. Donahue, appreciate you, brother. Next game, we're gonna go 571, 572, and that will be the Mavericks at the Pelicans. Game open Mavs -3.5. They're now 4.5 point favorite. Total open 240. Not much movement there. Seeing either 240 or 239.5. Let me just refresh this because I want to see if maybe injuries are a reason why the line moved. For Dallas, all I saw earlier was Maxi Kleba out, and that's still all I see. For the Pelicans, they'll be without Larry Nash Jr., Murphy, McCollum, Alvarado, all out, and then Herb Jones is a true game time decision. I don't know about y'all, but I want nothing to do with what the Pelicans have been showing us. You got Zion saying, "Trying my hardest to buy in." You got a team that's super injured. I just don't see a whole lot to like from this Pelican side. I think the line opened up kind of short, and it felt like fishy or trappy, however you want to call it, just because I expected Dallas to be a bigger favorite. But Dallas does play Washington tomorrow, so maybe that's the reason why they thought maybe somebody could sit here. But as of right now, it looks like everybody's going to be in. So I would only be betting Dallas here. No way you can get me to back the Pelicans. Coming to you, Dutch. Can you back the Pelicans?
Fuck no, not the Pelicanos. Shout out to everyone in the chat though. Hit the fucking like button though. Like I just hit that plain and lemon cherry gelato. Get you right where you need to be. Believe that. Yeah, man. This game, I don't know. You know what? I want to bet. I want to, of course, look at the motherfucking Don playing back at his status where he needs to be, and they're winning basketball games. So it's good to see that because most of us are big fans of Luka, especially my ass. But the thing that that makes me say hold up on this game is they just played these boys. I mean, in New Orleans like 2 nights ago, and beat them by 12. Dropped 136 on these boys, 136. Did allow 124 points, but I mean, it just seems kind of, does seem kind of fishy. I believe you used that word to start out with. And then they do have the Wizards. It's the fucking Wizards, though, on deck tomorrow. So I would only look Dallas here, but I just don't really like betting the team on the road in a back-to-back spot where you already beat that team. Now, the Pelicanos are beat up, but they still got some guys that can go off. But the Pelicans are a team I'm looking to fade, and Dallas is, like I said, got back to their winning ways. So I can only look the Mavericks here, and I might get there, but definitely something told me to pump my brakes last night when I was breaking this one down.
Yeah, I get that same feeling. Wham bam. And could you get to the window with Dallas here? You may be looking at a Luca prop. You like Lively? What you looking at here?
Yeah, this is a tricky game. I don't want to touch nothing with the Pelicanos at all. Like y'all saying, man, it's a hell no. And actually, we seen this type of attitude with this team, this organization before, when they didn't have Zion in the league, and CJ was looking frustrated with the team and all that shit. So we've seen this before. So I don't want to touch them until they make some moves, bro. So maybe it's a stay away game period until we see otherwise. So I'm staying away.
Fair enough. We got more than enough games to touch. Lobano, how are you feeling about Mavericks and Pelicans?
I kind of feel run it back. I probably will. Not big bets because I was on the Mavs and the over Sunday when these teams played, and I feel I need to come back to that. Dallas, I don't want to lay points with them at home. Historically, not a great home favorite, especially against subpar competition, weaker West teams, East teams. I was on Toronto against them last week against Dallas, and Dallas isn't good in those spots. But here on the road, shorter number, a Pelicans team that's struggling. And keep in mind, Pelicans could not defend the Mavericks at all. on Sunday. And they might be missing Herb Jones again. Herb Jones has missed the last 3 games, one of their better defenders by far on this Pelicans team. So how are they going to slow down Luka and Kyrie Irving without him again? That's a concern. The Luka prop is probably worth a look. Look, he has scored 30-plus points in 5 of the last 6 games against New Orleans that they played each other the last 2 seasons. He had 30 the other night, and he didn't even play much in the fourth quarter. I don't think he got on the court at all in the fourth quarter. He played like not even 30 minutes in that game against New Orleans the other night. So he really could have piled on the points if he plays a full 48 or close to it. So he can probably get 30 at least tonight. So the Luka prop is probably in play over points in this game. Definitely makes a lot of sense to look in that direction. Maybe you give Jordan Hawkins a look. I mean, obviously, there is no CJ McCollum. He's out. Jordan Hawkins is someone that's had to step up, and he's had a couple of games where he's been pretty good without McCollum. He had that 31-point game in Denver, of all places recently. So usage goes up, obviously, in this kind of situation. So Jordan Hawkins for the Pelicans, I think of the value props for the Pelicans, I think there's some value with him right now.
I like that.
I was gonna say I agree with that too. Nice look there, Ian. So
The shooter.
that's interesting. I'm gonna think about that one a little bit more.
I'm definitely wrote that down, bro.
Yeah, had to put that on the short list. Let me see UCAP here. He says only reason I would stay off the full game is I don't know what to expect from the Pelicans offense. They may change something, but we don't know if it will work or not. Yeah, I'm willing.
By the way,
to
11 plus field goal attempts for Jordan Hawkins in the last 5 games. So you're right. He's putting up shots at a high volume now, as you'd expect now, starting point guard.
Absolutely. This next game up, where I'm going to be extremely quick. I'll open it up. Jazz -6.5. Still see 6.5 out there. Total open 229. We're looking at 231.5, and they're facing the Blazers. Injury report: Brogdon out, Henderson out, Simons out. Kessler out for the Jazz. Collins game time decision. This is a game I want absolutely zero to do with. Obano, I think you can get there or something. You don't do too many backwoods. What do you like here?
No, I mean, to me, look, it was not pretty, but Portland's gotten to the window for me a few times, and I don't think they're very good. But, the one thing they're doing for Chauncey Billups, is they're playing pretty hard right now, this group. You got to give them credit. Good effort most nights. They're not going to win a lot of games this year. They probably are one of the worst teams in the West, but, they're covering numbers right now. 6-1 against the spread the last 7. You look at this Utah team. Do we trust the Jazz to win by margin? I mean, they're asking the Jazz to win by more than 6 now, laying 6 in this game. I'm not comfortable with the Jazz at this kind of number going into this game. So I grabbed a little Portland here, +6.5, +7 in this game. There are some injury concerns. Scoot Henderson is out. Anthony Simons is out for Portland. As far as I'm concerned, though, there's a couple guys that make some sense to me here for Portland props tonight as well. Look, this Utah team, Walker Kessler's out. John Collins, by the way, is a game time decision, and he's big too in terms of the paint area, especially with Kessler out. If Kessler's out again, which he is, Collins doesn't play, where the hell is the paint resistance going to be for Utah? So I look at DeAndre Ayton, whether it's over points, whether it's over rebounds, maybe a combo of both, points and rebounds, double-double, whatever you can find on DeAndre Ayton tonight for Portland. That makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, where the hell is the paint resistance around the rim going to be? A guy that could absolutely just devour the Utah Jazz, the smallish lineup. If we know Kessler's out, and now if Collins is out too, that could be a big-time problem trying to deal with a guy like DeAndre Ayton. So his props make sense. I would never say no to Jeremy Grant. He's been really good offensively this year for Portland. So those looks are worth a look. I know I've taken Lauri Markkanen props quite a bit this year. He might be worth a look over points or rebounds or both. And then I'll throw one out there. Keontae George, the kid out of Baylor, he got his first NBA start the other night against the Pacers. And all of a sudden, we see him with 11 assists or 9 assists against Indiana. He had 11 assists against Memphis. So this is a spot where they've undervalued his assist props right now. Odds makers slow to react that he is getting, a lot more usage, getting that starting point guard position. And you can get Keontae George at 6.5 assists tonight, over 6.5 at -125. I think that's a steal. This guy's got 11 assists in the last 2 games. Now he's the starting point guard for Utah. So Keontae George over 6.5 assists, I think, is a really good look here.
Hey, they're loving you in the chat, and all your sayings and everything. They're putting it out there.
That Billups one, that goes back to when he played at Detroit
Yeah.
with Ben, Ben. I'm trying to think now of his name there. Rip Hamilton, those
Ben
teams.
Wallace.
Yeah, Ben Wallace. There, Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace,
Mm-hmm.
Rip Hamilton, the Pistons team that won the championship. The Detroit PA guy who's still there, public address announcer, always introduced him, Billups, and that's where I got it
Who
from.
was the fifth starter on that team?
Oh man,
Taurean Prince.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
not
it was the
Taurean.
malnutrition. Yeah,
Tyshawn.
Tyshawn Prince. Tayshaun Prince.
Kentucky,
Tayshaun Prince.
Tayshaun,
yeah. I just want to see, you know.
He looked
that
as
team-
skinny as me growing up. That guy.
Yeah, that team was crazy.
Dutchy, go for it.
Man,
You
fuck
find
this.
anything here? I like the look on Aiton that Babano mentioned. What do you think?
Yeah, I seen that in the chat too. I mean, I don't mind DeAndre here. He's been playing a lot better basketball since he's traveled to the Northwest. But yeah, I want absolutely no part to do with this basketball game. The Blazers have beat him 3 straight times, but this is too big of a number probably for Utah. But I think this is a Utah spot at the crib coming off a win. But yeah, too big of a number in my opinion, so I don't want nothing to do with it.
Fair enough. I agree with you, Capper. Shout out to the chat. Y'all are the best. Wham Bam, talk to me. You rolling with the finger roll boy, or what you doing
Man.
here tonight?
I like all the stuff that he was saying about him though, bro. I like Aiden. Excuse me. I like the Aiden prop there. And I was gonna go with Lloyd Marketing over threes. He's averaging 4 threes, it's 3.5. It makes sense, but this team is actually playing pretty good defense from 3 over this span of the 9 games so far. I think they're ranked 5 and holding opponents to 32%. So I'm gonna stay away from the threes there, but I think Laurie Marketing, obviously, this is a high total for a reason. And I think that he could get that 3 off here in this game. So that's the only thing I was looking at. But I like what my guy was saying on the Aiden there. I expect him to have a good game sometime. And not even got Kessler out there. Golly, like you better do something. Shit.
By the way, throw the over in this game on my tab as well, because I'm looking at it. Series history is over. We've seen Utah trending over the last several games. I definitely could see points in this game and put it on my tab. I put a lot of shit on my tab on these shows as a high volume guy like I am. So I'll throw the over on there as well. It's like drinks at the bar. That's what it's like for recommending stuff on all these shows. We're not shy about ringing up the tab a little bit.
Not at all.
You know, that makes sense if the paint is going to be open like that. But it's not a whole lot of names that trust with the Portland team. But I understand that part. Utah doesn't play any defense; they play up tempo. I get why you can like an over in this game.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving here. We have 3 more games. Let's try to get through them. I'll be really brief on majority of these. But 575, 576 Clippers in Denver opened up -6 for Denver, -4.5 right now. Total open 224. We're looking at 225s. Injury report: Boston and Plumlee out for the Clippers. Kankar and Murray out for Denver. This is a game, you know, I don't feel strongly about. All I'm gonna say is, to me, it just has the feeling like this is the game, like the Clippers are due. But at the same time, until I see it, I can't back these guys. I don't like anything of what they've shown me with James Harden on the court. Until they show me they figured that out, I will not put any money on the Clippers. So I'll stay off. Dutch, talk to me. What you liking in Nuggets and Clippers? No Murray, no problem, or what?
Yeah, man. I feel like they probably said that like the last 2-3 games that the Clippers are due. You know, I mean, this is what the Clippers are, bro. I mean, they're complete fucking ass. I mean, what do you think? You're gonna have James Harden? It don't work like that. It's not a video fucking game. I don't know whoever's over there calling the actual shots. Like literally thinks they're playing 2K. I mean, this shit don't work like that, bro. It don't.
Yo, for real though.
You got James Harden. I mean, this shit just like it does not. It's all about fits in the league, and I'm not saying they're never gonna win a motherfucking basketball game, but it's not gonna happen tonight in Denver. No, I don't think so, bro. It's a good spot. You could say they're due, but it's a perfect spot for after a loss. Denver goes and loses to the Houston fucking Rockets. Come on, I know they're playing better basketball, but they shouldn't have lost that. You don't lose to the Houston Rockets. after winning 4 straight basketball games, playing pretty solid without obviously their second best player, Murray. Denver's a bet on basketball team at the crib. It's just what it is. And you got a team that is playing probably at the lowest quality of basketball we've seen throughout this in this short season. The Clippers just aren't good. It is what it is. They're a bad fit. They were a bad fit before the trade, and they made it even worse, in my opinion, adding James Harden. They could be attacked from a defensive perspective. They really have no paint protection outside of Zubac. So I really look for Joker to have a huge game. I look for Aaron Gordon to play big. I look for the bench players to play big like they do at the crib. And I really like Reggie Jackson. Haven't went to the window with it yet, but I like the over 11.5 points for Reggie Jackson, obviously going against one of his old teams in the Clippers and starting in the role of Murray. Had 20 and then coming out, went over this number the last 2 games, had 20, and then most recently against the Rockets went 6 of 12 from the floor for 14 points. I believe he's getting even a little bit more comfortable in the role starting for Murray. So I look for Reggie Jackson to attack. We know he's pretty much offensive minded, so he's not shy shooting the basketball. So I like the over 11.5. It was a little juicy when I was just looking at it, so I'm going to shop around. But yeah, I definitely think Reggie Jackson has a night, and Joker, every fucking night. So it's no secret. The triple double still seems to have value. I look for him to really, really have a big night tonight. They have nobody to stop him. So attack James Harden from a defensive perspective. I like it. So if James Harden's guarding Reggie Jackson, it's going to be green light. Yeah, I like the Nuggets here an awful lot. 4.5, I believe, is the best number you can get right now. It's good money.
All right, good stuff there. Reggie Jackson, look, maybe. Nuggets, maybe. I'll think about this.
Nuggets for sure. Reggie Jackson, heavy lean right now because the juice, it was a little higher when I was looking at it in my book.
I got you. Wham bam. I feel like this is a game where you find a lot of props.
Yeah.
Talk to us. What you looking at?
Yeah, I kind of do want to go ahead and just take Jokic. Just take Jokic all the way, triple double. Go all the way with Jokic here. He does it all the time. That's the reason why they won and covered against this team. Well, let me see. Was this 5 straight times or 6, 5? Yeah, 5 straight times. 5 straight covers, and I think 7 straight wins. It's because he's going up against his little brother Zubac, just beating his ass, like just going up against him, beating him up, doing whatever he wants to do. The only thing is, like you said, is this being a national televised game. I kind of put the 10 hat on. I gotta say, like, man, they can't let Bomber go out like that on TNT. You know what I'm saying? This is a good chance for him to look good against a good team. You know what I mean? This is a good chance to change the narrative. So that being said, I kind of want to stay away from this game. This is one of those games I didn't want to jump into because I do have action on the other one, and that I'm staying away from. I'm staying away from this one because I don't know what my other action is going to look like. But my first initial reaction is just taking Jokic here. I think Jokic is going to eat. It's as simple as that. I think don't think too hard about it. Jokic is going to eat. Anything else outside of that, I may be just trying to play it by ear, maybe seeing something live, on the side there. But I think Jokic is going to go crazy. If I'm taking anything pregame, it's going to be about him.
Can't talk you off at all. Bobano, talk to him.
Yeah, there's no maybe for me. That's Denver minus the points. I've been fading the Clippers repeatedly during this recent stretch. And I said the moment James Harden got traded there, I'm saying we're going against the Clippers every game. We're going to see how it goes. And it's been going quite well, really fucking well, if you ask me. 0-5 straight up, 0-5 against the spread for the Clippers the last 5 games. They're also 0-5 straight up in ATS on the road this year as well. And we know how tough Denver is at home, 6-0 straight up, 4-2 against the number. Denver off a loss too. Let's keep that in mind against the Houston Rockets. So big bounce back spot. Yeah, it's show me time for the Clippers. And I feel happy for the Laker fans who they've had to hear me and other people just rip them for their old geezer senior home roster that they have with LeBron and AD and company. While the Clippers are rolling out 90-year-olds and 100-year-olds right now in comparison when you think of Russell Westbrook and James Harden and Paul George, who can't stay healthy, and wheelchair. Kawhi Leonard, you don't know if he's going to get through a full season. I mean, right now, that's even a bigger geriatric facility right now that the Clippers have compared to the LA Lakers at this moment. So this is an awful team. It's an awful composition of the roster as far as I'm concerned. There's no chemistry. I'm not even convinced these fucking guys like each other. You see Terrence Mann's look in the locker room the moment Harden walked in there. There's a fucking death stare there. It's like, I can't believe we got to deal with this headache now here with the LA Clippers. So this team is a one-way train for me. It's Fade City. I've been cashing against the Clippers repeatedly. I even took Memphis, and I didn't love taking Memphis because Memphis has been awful. Okay, awful this year, but they were getting 8.5 points, and I said, how the hell can you play 8.5 with this Clippers mess right now? And I took Memphis, and sure enough, they won the damn game straight up, outright, as underdogs. Fade Clippers until further notice. I like Denver here, and there are a few props I like. I like what WAM is saying about Joker. Over rebounds, I like. Over assists, I like. I think he had 17 rebounds against the Clippers just recently. Over assists as well. The triple-double at plus 140. I like that. And MPJ over points. Look, he's averaging 23 points per game the last 5 games. Why are they surviving Jamal Murray's absence? Because MPJ has stepped up big time. So I like over 18.5 points for him. He's averaging 23 in the last 5 games. I'm done. Mic drop.
Hey, nothing like a good old Bobeno rant.
It was a good one. It was a real good one.
I was one of the for the ages, bro.
What's the combined age of Westbrook, George, Leonard, and Harden? I mean, what the hell is it? It's got to be like 170, or it feels like it.
I'm here for all the Tipper slander, so I'm just sitting here loving it. But that's enough for the Clippers and Nuggets. We got a couple more games we have to get through. We've been here for quite a while, so let's try to get through it. 577, 578, Minnesota and Golden State. A lot of changes in this game. Opened up Warriors -4. Flip of favorites. Minnesota is now a 2.5 or 3-point favorite. Total open 222.5. It's as low as 215 right now. Injury report: Steph Curry's out for the Warriors. Clark and McLaughlin are out for the Timberwolves. Timberwolves do play again tomorrow. They play Phoenix. I wouldn't be surprised to see somebody, last minute out of the lineup on their side, especially since Steph Curry is sitting too. But in general, at this point, I really don't trust a whole lot of guys to score for Golden State without Curry on the floor. That's what it boils down to. And you're going against the #1 defense. So I agree with the market move. It should be going all the way towards the under. And I would like the T-Wolves if they didn't play tomorrow, but that would keep me off. So I guess just a lean on the under. I'll go to Dutch with the town hat on. You gonna still roll with the Warriors even though Steph Curry not in there?
Nah, man, I don't think I could do it. I honestly was looking forward to talking about this game with you guys. I was gonna bet them, and then that news came out, and I was like, man, it's no more town business, man. No more town business. God damn it. Because, Steph has been the show, but I just believe it was a spot. Would I be surprised if they show up tonight? I wouldn't, but I can't do it. I can't go to the window with it. Minnesota's been impressive, but I still don't trust that ass. Ant-Man is real nice. Towns is still, he's hit or miss. He's still, but Gobert's been playing really well. But as you mentioned, they play defense and they lock down the perimeter. So they have beat the Warriors 2 straight times. The Warriors lost 3 straight, 4 out of the last 5. It just seemed like this was a really good spot for the Warriors. But now you take the chef out the mix. No bueno. No bueno for me, man. No bueno. So I can't go the other way with Minnesota, but I wouldn't be mad. Obviously they got the Suns on deck. But I think they'll show up for the Warriors. You heard what Ant-Man said. He said he want to play one team, and that was the Warriors. Draymond talking that shit. Announcer said, he talking to the wrong guy. And there he was. Boy, he's talking to the wrong guy because, he busted their ass. So I expected Wolves to show up, but I did think with Curry, it was a nice spot for the Warriors to bounce back. But I wouldn't look for the Warriors to necessarily – I wouldn't look for the Wolves to necessarily overlook the Warriors tonight.
This one is tough for me. As that word says, as Jay would say, raised by wolves. That he wants them bad. Nesbeth says Wolves all day here. Lean Wolves last game too. Didn't get there.
Most bets
Wham
into the
bam.
window with the Wolves, huh? Yeah, I mean, without Curry, I mean, it's kind of like what Tom Mix said earlier. We're overthinking it with the Mavericks. I seen him shout out to Tom Miggs, and I felt that way. I feel that way, you know. And this is one of these games now without Curry. It's like, well, shit. Why not just don't be scary? Switch to the other side, obviously now because you don't want to bet the Warriors, but
Right.
it is a Warrior spot in my opinion. But shout out to Nets bets. Good luck, my dude.
100%. Wham bam. Raised by Wolves tonight. Can you back the Warriors without Curry? Or are you gonna look at some player props? You gonna roll with
Man.
man.
So yesterday we got me and Skee, we have a mutual friend. We are in Discord yesterday. We talking about it all day yesterday. Like, man, the Timberwolves, they play good defense, bro. They going up against a team that just lost so many games in a row, and of course they're at home. They got Steph that game. Like, man, we still was thinking of taking the Timberwolves, and I ended up throwing them in my parlay, just like a little regular parlay that I didn't have no business of winning, ended up winning, right? And I'm like mad as hell because I should have just hopped on it big time money line like I did in the little parlay. And today we're looking at the same scenario. Obviously, they're favored here, and they're still really good at defense, holding opponents to now what was 27% from three, now 29% after facing Steph Curry. They're not having to face Steph Curry today, and they're still playing good defense. And we have the in-season tournament factor in that, that's factoring in this game. And I say that because the Steph Curry not playing, they're already up one. It seems like they don't care at all. Obviously, they don't care. And this Minnesota team is one of those young teams, that kind of will fall into the, that realm of wanting to care about this team. So get this game at least. So I took the Minnesota Timberwolves to come out the first half here. They're so far 7-2 in the money line the first half. Young legs prevail early. I like that you mentioned that they were talking shit to Ant Edwards at the line, going back and forth. I was watching it. I was like, man, I love that he's talking shit back. And it was looking like Draymond might win that battle because they start to catch up and cut it within 10, but they kept coming back. And obviously, it's only Steph, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like you said, Steph is the show. And now that they don't have it, I can only go that way. Yeah, so Minnesota, I got a minus 130 in the first half money line. Minnesota, man, that's the only way I'm going here. I thought Wiggins was gonna play really well though, so maybe this is a Wiggins game. But I looked at his stats. He doesn't shoot. He doesn't have real points against this team. He has shots against threes against them. So last game he didn't do shit. So I ain't expect him to do shit today. I'm just taking Minnesota, man. Minnesota first half. That's what I'm doing money lines.
All right, well, I want to get in and get out. Not mad at you. Babano, let the people know which side you agree with.
Yeah, it's Minnesota or nothing, but they just beat them. And sometimes Curry out, that's a big loss. Like it seems like with Golden State, without Curry, there's a huge drop. But that angle is in play. Without Curry, the first game they could step up and win. And plus, they're in revenge mode for losing over the weekend to this Minnesota team, 116-110 on Sunday. So, and now you were able to get with the Minnesota Timberwolves. They were +3 underdogs. Now they're favored because Curry's out. So I don't know if this is the right value spot to jump in and take Minnesota, but I don't want Golden State without Curry. So I lean Minnesota. I'd be looking more at props. I think Edwards over rebounds and assists, Edwards over points, maybe PRA. Everything Anthony Edwards. I think he wants to have a big night. I think the Wiggins angle makes some sense. This is his former team. His usage and his shot volume is probably going to go up without Steph Curry tonight. So Andrew Wiggins for Golden State makes some sense to me there for props on their side. I like Cat over rebounds as well. Karl Anthony Towns. I think his rebound prop is at 8.5. I think he can get up and over that number. Should be able to feast on the glass here in this game as well. Yeah, it's 8.5. So I like that as well. Karl Anthony Towns over rebounds. So mostly a prop game for me.
And Shaquan said the same, said some good props to be had in this game, and it's saturated like in Dre over 22.5 PRA. So good stuff on this game. and another Canadian, Wiggins, right? We got some ballers in the league.
Well, you just saw Canada have their best showing ever at the World Cup of basketball just recently. They had a great tournament there, best finish ever. And you're right, it's growing. It's nice to see.
Shout out to Dylan
Absolutely.
Brooks.
Yep.
Oh, Dylan Brooks,
Dylan Brooks
shooting
too.
lights out to start the season.
Oh, now you're gonna bring a bummy ass motherfucker in there.
Yeah, all the good players.
These guys
Pretty
are
good
what-
though. He's actually playing pretty good.
Yeah, but he ain't on them level.
You're covering with the Rockets team right now, bro.
Kelly
Andrew
Olynyk.
Wiggins don't
Kelly
really
Olynyk's
belong
Canadian.
on Murray or Shea's level either. Now we're starting to let little motherfuckers on the bus, I guess. Okay. You know.
Dutch said enough is enough.
It's nice to see them being
let's
able
be
to
honest,
play with-
Andrew's nice, but he ain't live up to the number 1 overall pick. Hell no.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
It's nice to see them being able to play with Spain and U.S. and some of these other nations now in this sport. It's never would have happened 20, 30 years ago.
Dylan
Just
Brooks.
so you know, Dutch, we just lost 12 Canadian viewers.
Nah,
That's
let's you know, there's people that ride, you know, in the back, they ride up there in the front of the bus for sure.
We didn't have Jamal
Brooks
Murray in
ain't
that
sitting with
tournament
Shea's ass, that's for sure.
Yep.
All right, let's keep going. Last game, we finally made it to the last one. 579, 580. Memphis Grizzlies heading into LA to take on the Lakers. And this one opened Lakers -5. We must have some news of LeBron in because I'm seeing -6.5, -7's popping up right now. Total, and by the way, Dutch, just FYI, Brandon Miller and whoever else was
Hayward.
questionable.
Yeah.
It was somebody else. They said in the chat, but
Gordon Hayward.
I think
LeBron was
Brandon-
at shoot
They're
around
both
this
ruled
morning.
out. I think both
LeBron, so
ruled
he's
out.
probably going to play.
Yeah, they're both
both of
ruled
them
out.
ruled out. So it's good for your heat bet. That's all I was trying to say.
Yeah.
But in this one, Grizzlies and Lakers, I see Tillman, game time decision, Clark out, Moran out, Rose out. Let me just refresh because we might have gotten some news here. We had to get news of LeBron going to play.
He was at shoot around. I think he's going to play. He's
I didn't
trending in the
see
right
any,
direction. Yeah.
Official news, but I see the line moving. The way it's
Yeah,
moving.
they're still game time, but I would be expecting them to play based on the movement. I'll tell you right now, I'm not laying no points like this with the Lakers. Hell no, absolutely not. And they play tomorrow versus Sacramento too. No way. As bad as the Grizzlies have been, they still been a better defensive rated team. They've been a better rebounding team. I'm not laying with the Lakers, bro. I'm not doing it. I don't care who they playing right now. Until they show me some kind of consistency and they play with some effort, every game, they're not getting my money. Only thing I can think to play in this game is the under. Both teams, Lakers 26th in pace, Grizzlies 19th. Both teams bottom 10 offensive rated teams so far this season. Both teams bottom 5 shooting the three, although they're both not great defending it. I just don't see a whole lot of offense in this game. That's just what it boils down to me. So I was waiting earlier for the total to climb up a little bit once LeBron was rolled in. I would like it under 226 right now. Bobano, can you agree?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're talking about two teams that have struggled offensively. Memphis Grizzlies, they've been trending under in recent games. The Lakers, and it looks like, AD, I know you've been a proponent of this, Skee Prophet. No AD over becomes a play with Laker games. If he's in there, more defense, slower pace, and maybe we look under. And I think looks like AD is going to play. It looks like LeBron is going to play as well. But I'm with you. I can't lay 7 with the LA Lakers. And look, I have not been very high on Memphis either. I mean, I've been fading Memphis a lot, but I did jump on them against the Clippers, probably more of an anti-Clippers stance. But, it was a good win for Memphis. They needed one desperately. They haven't been playing well. They ended up beating the Clippers outright 105-101. And I'll say this about Memphis. They've been competitive. I mean, they lost by 6 to Utah, 6 to Miami, 2 at Portland. So the recent losses, they've been close. And you look at the Lakers, 5-5, but look at the 5 victories. 6-point win against Portland. I was on the Blazers on Sunday, plus the number. And they only won that game by 6. They beat Phoenix by 3. They beat the Clippers by 5. They beat Orlando by 3. And they beat Phoenix early in the season by 5. They are not winning any games by this kind of margin right now, the LA Lakers. So now with this number up to 7 in a lot of spots, FanDuel, PointsBet, Bet Rivers, among others, they've got this thing up to 7 now. I'm grabbing some Memphis here +7. If anything, they're going to feel confident now coming off the win against the Clippers, a little positive in the direction for them. And the main prop that I like in this game here tonight is Desmond Bane, over points, over assists, both of those. I could even say over points and assists, the combo. I think he'll get over that number. I think he's going to have a nice impact here on this game tonight for the Grizzlies. So Desmond Bane prop over points, over assists, probably a little points and assists prop as well. And I like Memphis here, +7.
I will be leaning that way too. I agree with that. Memphis +7. Damn, I'm blanking out a little bit here, but I'm gonna go to Wham Bam. I know you're not laying with the Lakers, bro. Please
Dang.
tell me you doing something else.
Man, I'm thinking like how Babano said, if the way he trusted the Memphis against the Clippers, I'm thinking that first half going against the Lakers is probably going, the best play. They haven't covered 5 straight first half, so maybe going up fading them in the first half. That's how I'm
The one
feeling.
thing I want to
Joe.
mention about that real quick is while you on it is Lakers are the worst. Had the worst first half margin. Grizzlies are second worst. I just wanted to let you know.
That's the only reason why that I locked it in though. That's the only reason why I locked it in, because I'm like, man, do I trust these motherfuckers to beat them? Hell to the nah. And honestly, it's going up against my actual future. I did take the Lakers to win this group. They just beat the favorite in the Suns. They don't have to play them again. They kind of got an easier road now. This is a game that they have to win, in my opinion. Now that it's moved to 7, I'm kind of a little bit fearful for it, because like Babeno said, you want to go ahead and take Memphis +7, because I mean, why would you lay this number with the Lakers like you mentioned, bro? But I think the Lakers do win this game though, so I already got a future on it, so I'm not locked in on it. +600 to win this group, so I'm just gonna sit back and just try to collect that.
Not mad at it. You're already in a good position. Dutch, I know you're not scared to fade the Lakers. I know you'll run to the window. You on the Grizzlies tonight?
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, I was waiting to see what was gonna happen. I'm no rush to bet the Grizzlies because motherfuckers are damn fools, and it's the sharps. I don't know. Everybody like be wanting to bet the Lakers for some damn reason. So yeah, I'm gonna be looking everything that was said here, and I'm glad both of you guys didn't have to say none of that fanboy shit, because you can't
Not on the first show, bro. We can't do that shit on the first show. That's out.
You can't do the no Skee, huh? All right, you can't do that shit on the first. You can't lay a touchdown, bro, with these Lakers, bro. I don't give a fuck. Like, Houston Rockets, they blew these motherfuckers out. I just don't see it. Can the Lakers win this basketball game? Yeah, they can. But I think Memphis is ready to rock and roll. Last time they played these boys, they beat them by 40. The Lakers smacked them by 40. So look for Jaren Jackson, Darren Bane to, these boys to be ready to play some basketball tonight. Lakers probably find a way to get a W, but also Memphis been chilling in LA too, so that I would think that would be a good thing. Could be a bad thing, but overall,
that's the reason why the line moved.
Posted up, chilling. Yeah, 7 points is an awful lot.
2 road games, and they stay in the same hotel and don't have to travel anywhere.
Yeah, so
no air
everything
travel.
for Memphis. I don't think you could go to the window laying this type of point. So I'll probably get to the window here with the Grizzlies, but I'm gonna chill and wait because people are gonna be damn fools.
AKA betting on the Lakers laying this -7 right now.
Well, yeah, they just do dumb shit. Go there and lay money line. Oh, Lakers ain't gonna lose.
Right.
Bringing in money on the Lakers, money.
I'd rather bet Memphis on the road. At the house, they've been awful. They've been miserable at home. 0-5, and they've been blown out even a few times at home. At least on the road, they've gotten away from home, and it looks like there's a little bit more synchronicity. Now you played a shit ass Clipper team, but still, I mean, you ended up getting the win. So I'm coming back to Memphis here.
I might get there. I might bet the Grizzlies today. Honestly, I really think that's a good bet. That's it. We finally made it through all the games. Yep. Now it's the part of the show where we go around the horn and we see what game, what play everybody likes a little bit more than the rest. And I'm gonna save Dutch to take us home. So I'm gonna start with Wham Bam. I have a feeling it's gonna be a player prop. Let the people know what's the best way to get paid tonight.
Man, it gotta be a player prop tonight, man. We're gonna go to to the one that's gonna be live and direct on TNT. That way y'all can watch it live and direct. Devin Vassell to get 20 plus point plus 110. It's no Keldon Johnson tonight. It's gonna be spotlight on Victor Wembanyama, but Devin Vassell's gonna do it for us, man. Get to 20 points plus 110, man. Let's get to that cash.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I'm gonna go to Babano next. I like to guess you guys' best bets, by the way. Babano, I think he's gonna bet an over or a total for best bet. Let's see.
No, I'm going against the geriatrics that are the LA Clippers again. That's going to be my best bet here. Denver, and we're going to lay the number with the Denver Nuggets. There are a couple overs I considered, but no, I mean, it's been just all out fade of the LA Clippers for me. And I like that the Nuggets come off a loss too. So they're going to be absolutely chomping at the bit here to get back home, face this Clippers team. Jokic has dummied this Clippers team in all areas, points, rebounds, assists. That's why I like all his props tonight. I think I like those Jokic props every bit as much as the Denver side. So, but I like Denver here. Let the fade roll on with the Clippers until they beat me. We're going to keep going against this Clippers team that's disjointed, no chemistry, aging team, decrepit, the whole bit. Denver minus 4.5, minus 108 at Pinnacle for my best bet.
And that's a good bet too. I should have known that was gonna be the best bet after how he gave that rant on the Clippers. I should have known. Best bet for myself. I'm gonna roll with, and I gave one earlier, so I would like to give a different one. I'm gonna roll with the Magic first half plus 1.5, 8-1 straight up and against the spread in the first half. And I just want to get in and get out because they do play Chicago tomorrow. There was that quote shared in the chat for this show, and pretty much to subquote it, Van Carroll's like, "We playing for 500. I'm playing. He's playing hard. That's pretty much what he's saying. He's going for it. So I like to hear that. I don't feel like every team does feel that way. They're a better defensive team, the better rebounding team thus far. I think that they can stay within the 1.5 margin in the first half. And last but not least, our guy Dutchy. What do you got for our best bet? And take us on.
Yeah, man. I wish I could give y'all another, but this heat line is moving too much. But we're going mile high, man. It's the Denver Nuggets. I got it at -4, minus 120. Laid a little juice, but I like Bobano's play as well. But I can't lay the hooker. I can't do it. But the Denver Nuggets in the city, man. -4, minus 120. It's good money. Good to be back with the boys, everybody on the panel right here on Skee motherfucking Profits channel. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to motherfucking our boy, and share the motherfucking video. All the real ones holding us down in the chat. AODEQ, Joe, Cheshire Cat, Adam Larkin. We appreciate y'all. Be sure to hit the motherfucking like button. Until Thursday. We'll be back Thursday. Believe it. Thursday right here, 4 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. right out here on the fresh side. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed, and let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.